Hi, this is Kim Watson. In this video, I'm going to discuss monitoring your results. So when I say monitoring your results, many of us just see the end result, effectively the bottom line. We're either making money, we're not making money. You just look at the account. What you don't do is the analysis on your results. Your results can become a very good tool to adjust what you're trading, how you're trading, and your strategies, of course. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a spreadsheet that I use. It's just a summary spreadsheet that I've been using. I've actually added a column and built it a little bit different because for me, it's just literally a summary of my morning trades that's taken in my trading room that are called and results of such. But you may want to adjust it slightly. If you can use Excel, that's fine. If you need help, shout at someone else. Seriously, if you need help, I may be able to do that. Now you can get a copy of this spreadsheet at the end. I'll show you how to get your copy. So let's get on and look at the results. So here's a copy of my very simple spreadsheet that I've set up. So you may want to add some extra things. I'll talk you through it stage by stage. We'll look at the left hand side first. So date's very straightforward. Haven't put the times here. You need to really, I would strongly recommend you put the times that you enter the trade on there as well. Maybe just a day if you swing trading over days, but it may be better to have the actual time as well. You've got the dates anyway. Then the strategy, whatever strategies you're playing, you want to be referring to the strategy you're using, because this will help you with analysis later. Whether it's a day trade, swing trade, position trade, whatever it is, mainly been day trading over the last month or so. It's just the way the markets have been suiting it. With more chop, day trades are more likely to happen for me. With less chop and a bit more trend, we can get into some swings. The pair then that we're trading is just listed here. Whatever pair you're trading, just pop it in there. And then your net ratio, your result or your net ratio is literally, as I said, it's a ratio. So if you risked 1% and you made 1.2, which was this was actually a risk of 0.5%. The first week back, I just trading light. The markets looked a bit ugly. There was a few occasions where there's opportunities, but I decided to risk only 0.5%. So although that made 1.2 times the risk, the reward made 1.2 times the risk. So the 0.5%, it made more than that. But I just put it down as the net number. So this would have been 1.2 if I used a full position, for example. But the rest of these are just full size positions mainly. All of them. So 4%, 1% less. Okay, so then how this is totaled up at the bottom here, you've got the year to date, so it's just literally a summary there. You could split it down into months and look at it on a monthly basis, but I think overall you should be looking at a bigger picture as opposed to just day by day or week by week, month by month. It's an overall picture you should be looking at. Now, there's not a lot of data here to check too much on. It's quite limited, but the time you build it up 2 or 3 months, 4 months, you start getting a better picture. Okay, so I've got figures here below max drawdown, and that's what this right hand side helps me calculate. So at the top here, this is just a £10,000 I've popped in here. You can put your own account size in here, and I strongly recommend you do. Now all of the data here is automatically calculated for you. If you delete a cell, you've lost it. It won't calculate for you anymore. So you do need to leave these cells untouched. If you want to get rid of everything that's up here, all the prior results, you can do so just by deleting these, and then you'll have just the same numbers all the way down. But just leave that top line there, because you can always add to it at the bottom just by dragging the data down to each of the cells below. So I won't do that right now. But so in here is an equation. You see on here there's the equations that all run through across here. So it's got numbers in there. Also here is very simple. These are just number one. You just need to put a number 1 for every day there is. Just add a number 1. So it's had 20 trading days, or 20 trades rather, of which 7 have lost, and this loss rate again is automatic. So if you put your cursor on it, you see some numbers and some fancy stuff going on like so. You can guarantee you shouldn't be deleting that or deleting all of them. Just always leave the top one in, overwrite what's on the top line there, and that's fine, it'll work. So what does this tell us then? The more important thing here, the important thing is you can see how you're actually performing, your account should be performing. This would be how your account actually should be performing, and how it's performed, and how you've got to a certain level. So the maximum or the peak equity, as it's referred to on this account, is 10834. So at one stage it was up about 8, because I've used a 10,000 account, 8.3% overall net. So then it will also calculate the drawdown on each trade. So the value of each trade will come into this point here. This final column will show you the net drawdown. So if you were to start building up a number of losses, it would build that within here, and it will gradually build up and build up and build up. Now on my last year's screen, which is not on this chart, it ran up to 11 point something percent, nearly 12%. So that was the maximum drawdown over the year. It was profitable at the end of the year, and that's all that really matters. But it's important to get a feel for your own trading, and to see, what you're using is actually working. If you're starting to build up too much, this I've got loads of different strategies that are sitting here, so it gives me a decent mix. So it is a bit of a mix, and hopefully it will stop the drawdown becoming too good. As long as one of the or two of the strategies are on form, it sort of accounts for the rest, and you end up with relatively low drawdown. But I wouldn't expect it to be 10s, 12s, 20%. They're all achievable. Not that you want them, but you can also draw back from those as well. So the maximum drawdown, I've literally taken the biggest number down the column here and just popped it in there, so I've got it nice and easy. And the loss rate, this is actually automatically taken from this square over here. So if you see something in there, aside of the number that's in there, there's sums. That's a figure, and it's just done in percentage. Okay, this is where you then move on to the next stage of adding more value to your analysis here, and get a better idea of what you're doing. Firstly, time. I've just started doing something here, but I would monitor and look at the time you're taking your trades. Whenever I do any back testing, I always record the time it kicked off. And for example, in my AB3 strategy, I won't trade it before 8 o'clock, because this 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock period just doesn't do particularly well. It's less reliable, so I'm not willing to trade it during that period. I turn it off between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock on the Canadian dollar at times. So I say at times, I turn it off between 10 and 12 when it's running. I actually turn it off at 3 o'clock, not 4 o'clock, because I just filtered down the analysis by the hour. But I'll just put this in two-hour groups. So you put your number of trades, your number of losses, and you just get your loss rate over that period, just to see how you're performing. And then other factors I haven't talked about yet is the pairs that you're trading themselves. You can be looking at the same analysis, just record all the pairs. I've got quite a few cross pairs because of the way markets have been moving. But you can monitor how many trades. But I would suggest you build up some sort of listing first. If you've only got this amount, it's not enough to go too much on. But if you're constantly losing on a particular currency pair, either the strategy you're using or the pair just is not good for you. The easy thing to do is not trade it. Strategies you can do exactly the same, so you can just list them out. There isn't enough data here. I would suggest you're sort of looking at 3-4 months to pick up any of these figures, to make these and this and the time meaningful. But this is a starting point. If you're recording it, it literally each trade pop in there, another trade on the bottom here, and you got your next trade on there. And as I said, it's very, very simple to maintain. And then you've got a constant little diary of your trades, your time, how good they were in terms of results, and you can just keep all these little things up to date. No, there's no figures down here. It is just literally up to you to put your numbers in, or you may want to change and put different things in there. Be careful when you're moving columns though, because these are fixed columns. Right, on that note, I hope you find this useful. If you want a copy of it, you just need to you can log into my Discord. I'll put details at the bottom here. It's a free chat room. If you want to log into there, and it has the web links, and it's a web link in the web links section, and you can just download it from the web links. Okay, there you go. That's how to monitor some of your results.